Welcome, everyone, to a special NFL offseason report here on ESPN. Trey Wingo here to get you all squared away with what's been going on since we left you after the Pro Bowl a few months back. Coming up, we'll set you straight on all the offseason player movement and see who went where. Then later, we'll call on ESPN's NFL draft expert Mel Kiper Jr. to get the lowdown on the upcoming NFL Combine and, of course, to get his opinions on the upcoming draft in April. But before we get to all of that, let's begin by taking a look at the guys that have decided to announce their retirement from the game. Brian Dawkins has finally decided that he's finished as a player. 12 years he spent in the NFL, and you have to figure that anyone that can last that long is way ahead of the curve. When we look back, it's obvious that he played the game the way it should be played. Don't be surprised if we hear his name when they take roll call at Canton someday. Trent Green is another name we should mention, as he too decided to hang him up this offseason, so best of luck to him as well with whatever he decides to do. Amani Toomer called it quits after what can only be described as a terrific NFL career. He was the heart and soul of his club for a while, and his enthusiasm will definitely be missed. Hard to believe that it's been a dozen years since he was a fresh-faced rookie in the NFL, but he grew into a real team leader almost from the outset of his career and carried it all the way through his final year. William Henderson is another guy, as you see there on the screen, that decided his playing days were over, so we certainly wish him luck with future endeavors. Meanwhile, with NFL free agency becoming more and more competitive by the year, a number of teams had to scramble to find cap room to re-sign their own free agents, as we see here. Lawyer Milloy decides to remain on board with his existing club, and he'll be rewarded handsomely for doing so. 6 years, $31.7 million. Added on to that, a $9.5 million signing bonus. So they go ahead and lock him down for the next 6 seasons. And here's a signing that will do nothing but solidify this ball club. Willie Anderson will also be staying at his old address for a while as he's locked up for the next 6 seasons. Andre Carter decides to stay right where he is as he is locked up 7 years, $42.0 million. Chris Samuels will also be staying at his old address for a while as he's locked up for the next 6 seasons. Now on to perhaps the big news this offseason, as the free agency period saw plenty of player movement, as we'll run down some of that for you. Steve Hutchinson is on the move, as you see, as he accepts a pretty good offer to leave his current club. 6 years, $38.7 million. Added on to that, a $3.8 million signing bonus. Keith Bulluck is also on the move as he signs a robust 5-year contract with the Jaguars. Ken Hamlin will be moving on from his current address, and he gets a pretty good deal to do it. 6 years, $17.7 million. On top of that, an $8.8 million signing bonus. Jeff Ulbrich will also be locked up for a while as he signs a healthy 6-year contract with the Giants. Take it away, Mel.
Well, Trey, we're going to break down a few players I think are really going to open some eyes when the Combine kicks off. Boom. Looks like he'll be one of the top players selected, and there's little doubt why. 6'1", 205, out of North Carolina. And this is a guy that could really address some concerns with a good performance at the Combine. But I really feel he should be in the mix regardless because of his great performance his final year in college. Hayes is also a guy to keep an eye on. His numbers from the Combine will tell a lot, but he looks to be the kind of guy that's going to draw a lot of interest come draft day. And then, after the top picks are gone, people are always asking about the guys I think are the sleepers in the draft. And I really believe that there are going to be some quality prospects out there that for one reason or another are going to fall to the later rounds. Powers should still be there later on in the draft, and I think, bottom line, this kid's a heck of a football player. He might not make an immediate impact, but down the line he could really pan out. Reyes could also improve his standings with a strong showing, and in my opinion, he will have a strong showing. Solid fundamentals, hard worker, and a good attitude. Could be a great late-round pickup. So there's just a handful of guys that bear watching over the coming weeks. I'll be back with more as draft day approaches. Till then, I'm Mel Kiper Jr.